Yep.
Right.
That's all I got for you, boys. Scooby-Doo, everybody. See you later.
Jesus
I'm out of here.
That bad, huh? You didn't.
No, it wasn't even this. Okay. Brother, sister, genders is welcome to another episode of the Comic Book Rundown presents Rundown Reviews. I, Chris, the man, did this introduction. I'm Chuck. I'm joined by Ron. I'm joined by Joe. Today we watched
Hi, everybody.
Jesus.
Mobile Suit Gundam.
Gundam. I laughed every time he said that.
Yo, this felt, Ron, you have to put product placement in this because the amount of times that they said Gundam felt like an advertisement.
Is it product placement when it's your own thing?
Yeah, because they definitely were selling model kits. Like,
I guess that's true.
They were pushing stuff. Listen, we watched Mobile Suit Gundam, the original. Now, let's start with your experiences with the Gundam universe. Yeah, fandom, I guess.
So I watched this movie.
So you weren't a Toonami guy watching it?
Not really, no, because I didn't have cable growing up.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so the only time I really saw anything like that was like if I went to a friend's house, and usually it was like Dragon Ball Z that they would watch, and then
Okay, and then I would assume that you then didn't do like Gunpla or anything like that.
I'm sorry, what is that?
Gunpla is the model kits.
Oh no.
Okay, all right.
No.
I would just really quick like to shout out everybody in my life who is finding it fucking necessary to text me now, knowing that I'm recording. Shout out to all of you that are probably not fucking listening when I need you to reply to me 20 fucking minutes ago about something. Thank you for finally replying to me. I'll get to you in an hour. Boys, I've had a week. Let's put it that way.
That's fair.
I worked 91 hours this week, and my brain is fucking fried. Absolutely fried. So, anyway, where were we? Joey, your experiences with Gundam?
I've never actually seen. I don't think I've ever actually seen a full episode. I think I've seen maybe a few scenes in passing, either maybe like flipping through a channel, or I've definitely seen probably something on like social media, seeing like a scene play out. This is the first time ever watching this movie, obviously. First time ever watching Gundam Gundam.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to fix that one. Start to finish. I know about it. It's been like, I'm not gonna say on my radar, but it's been something I've known about for years. I've known about the model kits. I know the model kits definitely help. I would say the model kit world. Gundam is a big.
If it's a model kit, it's Gunpla.
Okay, so Gunpla. Sorry. Hey, we're gonna be accurate. We're gonna be accurate.
I only need to stress this because it has been stressed to me.
Sure, no, understandable. The model kits are the things that I associate it with. If I think of Gundam, I think of the model kits. I think of the anime.
When I think of Gundam,
too.
I think of like dudes sitting in their parents' basement, like jerking it to anime. But sure,
it was.
Yeah, I mean, maybe specifically if they pronounce it Gundam instead of Gundam like everybody else.
Normal people.
So I will say this: I have a very weird storied history with the Gundam franchise. So I was a Toonami kid, but I did not watch the original Mobile Suit Gundam series. So there is a series, and then there's the movie.
Right. I told Ron about this over the weekend. The 3 movies that we'll be watching over the next 3 months, well, next 2 months, is the series thrown into the 3 movies. The first original series put into 3 movies.
Correct.
43 episodes into 3 movies.
A little bit of bridge. There's some abridging.
Yo, yeah, 100%. You can definitely tell.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it by the end of this movie. They jump a lot.
Yeah.
But it is actually a really good way to digest it because it's kind of all killer, no filler for the most part. which shows
You mean
you
all
how.
or no killer?
Well,
Some killers.
it gets better. It gets part 2, part 3 get a little bit more violent.
I hope so, because these were the most boring fight scenes I think I have ever watched.
Oh, the gravity, the gravitas of what you're going to see is about what you're going to see, but there's more of them.
So, you're saying you've seen the Gundam series?
I have watched at least enough of the Gundam series and its parts to know that it does. The quality gets a little better towards the end.
Is this the first time watching this movie?
I've never watched
Okay.
Mobile Suit Gundam.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was a Toonami kid, and Toonami ran Gundam Wing,
Which is what I always like. That I feel like that's the one that everybody knows about.
That's really the one that everybody like when they think Gundam, they think Gundam Wing.
Mm-hmm.
But and let me start by saying the Gundam community as a whole, actually really nice and inviting. When new people come in, they're very nice, especially the Gunpla community. And like, hey, this is how kits are done. This is how the grading works on like the difficulty and this and everything else. But if you say that your favorite iteration is G Gundam, you are the biggest piece of shit to them on the entire planet. I have found, because my favorite iteration of Gundam is G Gundam. Why? Because it's nothing like any of the other ones. It's like the post-war that that essentially happens through this, and all the colonies kind of live in space, and they keep going back to Earth because whoever wins this tournament gets to like rule Earth for a while until the next tournament happens. And you want to know why I love it? A, it's a tournament. It's all pretty much fight scenes, and everybody's a fucking professional wrestler because every country has their own Gundam, and they have a very stereotypical gimmick. And then that is why, like, Neo India is a snake inside of a robot, like a snake inside of a robot basket.
Love it.
And yeah, the American one is my favorite because he's a football player that has his shoulder pads detached and then he becomes a boxer. Yep.
Sure.
Yep. Yeah. It doesn't make no sense, and it's fucking awesome, and I love it. Neo Egypt is a mummy. You know what I mean? My favorite one is Neo Holland. It is a windmill, and it almost wins the entire tournament because it just disguises itself as a windmill the entire time. Nobody sees it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so I guess I need to preface this by saying I understand that people love this, and I get why if this was the first anime that you ever saw as a kid,
I probably would never watched anime again.
I could understand why you thought this was cool. But man, it is like a 1 out of 2 on the fucking Gundam metrics. I was trying to think of something with a G. The Gundam gauge is 1 out of 2 on this, buddy, because it doesn't hold up.
Yeah, it was rough.
You and I over at Getting Franchise, check the archives, reviewed 2 movies that also came out during this time, at least around this time, and look objectively better.
Right.
And we're objectively better.
We had, after watching those, our interest in one of them was in not Violent Jack, Devilman was more peaked in wanting to go and find that. I mean, Violence Jack was a little rough, and we're like, oh, we're gonna stay away from that one. But like Devilman was really got us both excited to kind of go and check those out. And that actually took place, came out around the same time that the anime came out. If my memory is correct.
I believe you are
Years.
correct. Yes.
So I don't know what anime is one of those weird things where sometimes they do it right, and then they try to bring in a wider audience with something like this.
But see, that's the thing.
Then they miss the mark.
I don't think this was made for a wider audience. I think this was specifically made for little geek nerd kids that they were at home studying all the time, and then they had this hero that
No, see, I disagree because they had the anime for that.
Entire instruction manual.
Oh yeah, no, Ron, you are incorrect. It's not made for little geek kids. It's made for geek businessmen
There
who
you go.
have whose job it is to like read manuals on how to do their job.
But the fact that he's like, "Oh, I'm in danger," and then picks up the manual and starts like reading through this whole thing. Nothing happens to him in that whole period of time.
Well, first off, he was re-entering into gravity or whatever, which was hilarious. But I did wonder if this was supposed to be satirical, but I don't think it was.
No, as many times as he pulled that manual out in the middle of a fight or in the middle of something happening.
See, what they didn't show you was that his Gundam was actually standing there going like, hold on a minute, while he was reading through the manual.
That's what happens to Kamen Rider in the old days. It's like Kamen Rider's just like, hey, hold on, I got to transform real quick. And the monster's just like, oh, okay. And just stands there and lets him transform right in front of him. Check the archives.
Huh.
No, go ahead, Ron. Sorry. At the beginning of this, when like they're originally getting attacked and like everything is getting blown up, and Frau's dad gets murdered.
Oh, okay. By the one guy who says that all heroes don't get court-martialed. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, but like, but when she is sitting there crying over like her house blowing up or whatever, and her dad dying, the subtitles on YouTube said Frau laughing. Because her crying was, and it mistakenly.
I missed that part.
Oh, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. And then, of course, what's the solution to make her stop crying? Slap her around a little bit. Really just put her in her place. Like
I after the second slap, which came maybe like 10 minutes later, I definitely started a slap count. So because we got a bunch of them this episode. More than I figured we would get.
Well, I mean, it was 1978.
Yeah,
Japan.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hitting women was seen as a badge of honor that you got to do, I think.
Yeah. Now you just have to be in like government official positions to do that shit.
Yeah,
that's true. Shouts out.
So this thing never runs out of battery, is what he originally says when he's reading the manual. But then it's constantly losing power when it's doing things.
Because he uses all the battery up, apparently.
Right, like he has to recharge it. The battery like recharges itself.
Oh, okay. Because originally when it said it just said this thing never. It always has energy to it. Is what he had said when he was reading the manual.
I mean, Ron, this is coming from a thing that had a laser rifle that shot bullets. So
yeah,
like,
it also had laser swords. And apparently, George Lucas must not have seen this when it was first coming out. Because
it's 100%.
Didn't this come out after Star Wars?
It did. So they definitely 100% took that from Star Wars.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. There was a few nice like samurai homages in this though. When he would use the swords, the like running and like slashing, and then something he moved so fast that then it fell apart after he had already passed through it.
That's cool.
That was kind of cool. Yeah.
But again, the fighting in this was so boring because they didn't like. If this were a movie, I'd say they didn't take the right angles on the action. Because a lot of this was just facing towards the Gundam while it shoots things, and then facing towards the bad guys.
You got to remember, they had a budget, and they needed to stay under it. So there was a lot of still shots and facing the bad. Can't put both of them in the same shot because they have to reuse them. And yeah,
I did notice a few reused footage.
Yeah,
when he's shooting his head lasers, every single time he uses that, it's the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
So annoying.
What'd you think of the design overall of the Gundam?
I didn't mind it because it's something I've seen before. Like it's I guess I would call it classic.
It could have been cool. But I feel like they just missed something on it. I don't know exactly what it is, but I feel like there was something that they just didn't get on that model. That
I feel like every time it had the shield, it looked weird. And I know the shield is part of it. Like the shield is
Shield's
makes,
almost as iconic as the helmet
right,
or the head. Yeah.
But it just I don't know. Every time I see this Gundam, either in a model kit or just a picture of it, it's just him holding the rifle. So I don't ever see the shield in me. Everything I see. So that's why to me the shield looks odd.
I agree. Something was like weird about it, and I couldn't put my finger on it until I realized, I think we're just used to the much more rad designs that come out later.
Maybe, and again, maybe we're used to like Wing, where Wing was the more popular one, and they pushed out that.
Wing is like specifically the good guy in Wing's mobile suit looks like this, just jacked up.
And maybe that's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's what the design I see every time.
Same with G Gundam. The burning Gundam was pretty much this design. The shoulder, except for it had like shoulder pads and like a weird like halo thing on its back and stuff.
I mean, because this Gundam is kind of what they based the rest of them off for a while, right? Like it's one of those things where this was a hit, and so
everything.
Again, no different than Kamen Rider.
Pretty much pays back to it, yeah.
Right. It's like no different than Kamen Rider. They stuck with the grasshopper motif for the first like 5 series, and it shows. And apparently that worked. I gotta use air quotes because by like 79 they went on hiatus for like 5 years, so it worked for a minute. So yeah, like this design worked for Gundam for however long it did until they decided, hey, let's change it up a little bit and make something new.
This one also made me think of like a poor man's Optimus Prime.
See, I would think more of Starscream. Yes, the colors scream Optimus, the design,
like a Transformer.
Yeah,
it definitely had. Also, the animation looks a lot like the Transformers animated movie.
Close to it, yeah,
a little bit, yeah.
So, I mean, same like level, like same rough animation of like especially when there was a lot of action on the screen, like when the explosions were happening and stuff.
Right. Yes, that one I agree with too. Yeah.
I guess my biggest beef with this is just that everything seems so boring. Like no matter what was going on in this, I was bored.
You were bored. I will definitely say that the dialogue, Amaru, his swinging back and forth.
He's a little shitlord, arrogant piece of shit that like half the time he's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, and the other half the time he's like, look, I'm the only guy that can do this for you. So unless you want somebody else,
he read the manual. Literally anybody can read the manual and do his job.
But he never gave them like what Frau asked for the manual, and he's like, well, I'll give it to you later. It's like, why are you the only one that can hold on to it?
Because that's the only thing that he has going for him.
Exactly.
He's a little shitlord, useless piece of trash.
I actually do have written down Amaru is a little shit, and talked about Amaru's attitude. So
go ahead.
I was saying because he like the first time that once they realize that it's a kid in the suit protecting them, he comes in and they start to give him beef about being in the suit. And he's like, look, I'm the only one who knows how to operate this thing. What are you going to do about it? And the captain, who I'm surprised that guy is even alive. I do love how when the thing blows up and he's got all of these like debris things in his chest, he's like, are you okay, sir? Yeah, I'm totally fine. Let's go ahead and get to the bridge there. It's like, okay. But like Amaru's just being this little shit, having this attitude saying I'm the only one that can do this, and the captain is okay with it. But then like the very next scene, Amaru is like scared out of his mind. It's like, I don't know if I could do this. Like,
yeah, he 180s.
What's going on here?
Almost every scene.
And the way I pictured it, knowing full well that this was an anime put into a movie, I just felt like maybe there was something in the anime that just like talked about why he went from being on this high into like this dip of like, oh, I don't think I should be here.
Oh, because he had to
it's
kill
just basically a
somebody.
roller coaster.
Like, he had to kill somebody, and then he was like, I don't want to do it anymore. But then they're like, okay, they'll let somebody else do it, and he's like, no, nobody else is going to do this because this is my shtick.
And that's what's interesting, because he was okay killing them when they were in the Gundam suits.
Well, yeah, because he didn't have to see the
that.
person that was
there. He
there.
didn't see a face. But when Char, I think his name was Char, was running away.
Char,
it was Char, Char. When he was flying away, and he's like, I have a lock on him. Oh, I can't kill him. Oh, I just can't do it. But then later on, when he's about ready to be attacked, when he's there in the bed by his mom, all right, cool, pulls gun out and just blasts this guy away right in front of his mother. Oh, I'm in the war. I gotta do it.
Well, and also like the guy, was gonna shoot him.
Right.
Like, I literally thought at first that I did not realize that he shot him through the bed. I thought the guy shot him through the bed.
Oh, okay.
Shot. So I was like super confused because I was like, why is everybody giving this kid shit? That dude just tried to kill him. And then I realized, oh, never mind. What's his name? Amaru?
Amaru.
Yeah,
Amaru.
Amaru.
Yeah. Like shot first.
Amaru, sorry.
Once again, he Han Solo'd him through the table.
No.
Yeah. Greedo style.
Yeah.
Yep. You could definitely. Now that I've been saying this more, you definitely can see the Star Wars influences.
Yeah.
Which I know that the creator. So I have to say this: is the fans of this series, specifically this like movie and stuff, and the original Mobile Suit Gundam, do a lot of the heavy lifting of explaining a lot of like what this stuff is air quotes supposed to mean. Because a lot of people have always told me it's like, oh, it's, it was the guerrilla warfare. They were taking kids and making them fight in these suits. And it was like all this like pain and agony.
Neon Justice Evangelion? What?
Yeah, exactly. Like pretty much the same
I mean, that
idea.
comes later, but like, so they just stole that from Gundam.
Right. And that the guy was like making a lot of political commentary, the stuff that he had seen when he was in. God, was he alive in World War II? It must have been Vietnam or something. It couldn't have been World War II.
Well, I mean, hold on. So creators are.
I don't remember.
Well, I don't know. He might.
Oh, he was born during World War II. So
yeah, so it might have been
Vietnam.
Yeah. Anyway, in the stuff and like essentially seeing these, like young men getting shipped off to war and this and everything else, and he just like, so he was just kind of like writing about the things that were going on around him as like a way to cope, but like Amuro was a piece of shit. What a fucking little twerp.
Yeah,
that kid is. Like, he is such a like fucking little shitlord. And nobody ever talks about the fact that he's a little shitlord. Everybody always is like, well, he was a kid and he was suffering the effects of like being drafted into war.
That whole group was a bunch of kids, and the army was okay with them being a bunch of kids. There were numerous times where the commander, I can't remember his name, was like, "Are you sure we're okay running this army like this?" And the one lady, Matilda, was like, "Yep, you guys."
Who was one of their moms?
So that's what I was thinking, because
definitely one of them said something about the fact that I'm your son or something.
Oh, I missed that part.
I missed that part too.
I was thinking that
Matilda was the head commander,
the one that shows up and saves them a few different times. Yeah,
of the Federation.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I thought it was going to be revealed that she was Amuro's mom until his mom shows up later on.
Right.
But then, like, obviously he's got some infatuation with her later on too. So I don't know what's going on with that. But like, she multiple times she tells him that the Federation tells this one commander that the Federation is cool with a bunch of kids doing what they're doing because what they're doing is
they're handling it well right now. We'll just keep them in the position that they're in for now.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're telling me that these kids who have zero military experience is doing a better job than the military. Red Dawn, anyone?
Well, see, the problem is they're in the middle of enemy territory, so they had to leave them there, you know.
But Matilda flies in and out of enemy territory numerous freaking times.
Well, that's different because
of
reasons and things.
Sure. Why not?
There's a whole lot of points in this show, though, where the conversations between two people are nothing but exposition for like background. And I get it that they needed to crunch this all into a 5-hour movie or whatever this was. It seemed like it was really long.
It was 2 hours. It was 2 hours 19 minutes 48 seconds.
Just because it was 5 hours to you because you were bored as fuck.
It was about 2 hours too long. But
you still got 2 more movies, sir. And
I tried talking Joey out of it. I'm like, isn't this just an anime that they made into movies? I don't think that counts. But
yeah,
but no, but
they're movies.
So much of it was exposition that was just like you could have shown me this like in a 10-second clip or something, or like just not said this at all because it didn't make any difference to the story.
But my thinking is that they're setting this up for something down the line because again, yes, it is an anime that will pay off later on in the series. So they're showing it now so that it will pay off in movie 2 or movie 3.
But see, here's the thing, because the only payoff in this is if you risk your life to fight these bad guys, you get a medal. That's the only payoff.
Did he get a medal?
He was supposed to. They said when he was getting ready to fight again, he's like, well, if you do this, we'll get you a medal. And he's like, all right, you talked me into it. I'm jumping in the machine now. All right.
I mean, literally the kid that they... By the way, they assassinated that kid on purpose, right? The purple-haired emo kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on purpose.
Oh, yeah. Char 100% let him die. Like, he told him the wrong
the whole time.
Which don't know why. I'm assuming we're gonna find out why.
The blonde space Nazi's name was Char.
Char. Yeah.
I thought they kept saying Shaw.
That's what I thought
they were saying too.
I had to look up names because normally I watch this on subtitles so that I can get names.
Except the subtitles changed every 10 seconds for all of their names.
That's why whenever YouTube doesn't have actual subtitles on it, their subtitles are never great. Like if the movie for YouTube itself doesn't provide the subtitles, YouTube subtitles is never correct.
Yeah, that's the reason why we got the bad lip syncing.
Which is always
auto-gen. They're like auto-generated.
Yes. Yeah. So I had to go find an actual like page, like a fan-made page that had everything broken down, which the voice of Char, I don't know if you guys recognize that voice at all.
Toonami guy.
Yep, it's Tom. It's the second Tom from Toonami. The first one was somebody else. But yeah, it's also so Steve Bloom, who also does a bunch of other voices. I know Star Wars. He does what's his name in Star Wars?
I don't know.
He's in Rebels.
He just voiced something we watched recently.
He did. In Akira. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one that was in Akira.
He was. Oh shit! Who was he?
He was. I can't remember.
The general. He was an older guy. He was the older guy.
Was he? Okay.
The Tokyo, Neo Tokyo's like general guy who was trying to overthrow the government.
That probably sounds right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, but no, Steve Bloom's a great.
When did this movie come out? 79?
81.
81?
80 or 81. I can't remember what they actually put it out as.
The American dub version was like 81, but I think the original one was 78.
Okay, so the original one was 81. The American dub was actually like 2000, but they mark it as like 81.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that would explain why he was in it then.
Right. So if you're looking up Steve Bloom, check in the 2000s.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah.
Iconic voice.
Oh yeah, it's a great voice actor. Anyway, what was I going with? What I was saying, I don't remember. Dharma,
we were talking
Dharma
about the
and Char. Yes, Char was being like he was being all friendly with him, and then for whatever reason, and all of a sudden he just turns on him, and I didn't understand why. Other than just he wanted to either get him out of that position.
Oh, my assumption right off the bat, the way like his father was acting and stuff, was that they needed somebody to die for a reason to go to war. It was 9/11. They needed a reason to go to war, so they kill the kid and they're going to use him as a martyr. They even said themselves, they're using his death as like propaganda to be able to go to war and like officially, mind you, they're space Nazis to begin with. Like,
yeah,
those dudes
at war.
Yeah, they were like already at war, so I was kind of confused why why they needed justification for it. But like also they are not hiding the fact that they're like it is very implied that they're space Nazis.
Right.
The armor, all the names of their suits are like German sounding.
Yeah.
The main bad guy is blonde, you know?
Yeah.
Although, what are you getting at, Chuck? I don't understand.
I'm just saying they're space Nazis. I think I made that very clear.
The dude that voices Amuro is also the voice of Greymon and Joe from Digimon.
Okay. I knew that voice sounded familiar. I couldn't remember.
Michael Lindsay?
Couldn't figure out why. Okay.
A future movie on getting franchised.
Hell yeah. I have that movie. I'll have to buy it.
Digimon the movie 2000 or whatever?
Oh, Digimon's my jam.
I know. It'll be very interesting. That whole month will be very interesting for you, Joey.
Hell yeah.
You know, it's kind of funny that you liked Digimon over Pokemon.
I don't know why.
No, it makes sense because instead of like a tiny little electric rat turning into a bigger electric rat, you liked the cat thing that turned into a half-naked woman.
I mean,
are you talking about Gatomon into Anja Woman?
Yeah. Anja Woman Mon?
No, it's just Anja Woman.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Because you had Angemon and then Anja Woman.
Yeah, and she was just a half-naked angel lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
A blaster shield for a helmet.
Visor. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty sick when you think about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's cooler than a tiny little T-Rex thing that looks like a penis than evolving into a giant T-Rex thing with a penis and guns?
Yeah, and guns. Don't forget the guns.
Yeah.
I mean, it was also pretty cool when they all just kind of merged together. Just saying. It's really, really cool.
Joey's a big fan.
Yeah,
That's what we're getting at here.
I did find it weird when they're on Earth, they're in the white ship, White Castle, whatever
White
the hell.
Base.
White Base.
Thank you.
Yeah, they were at White Castle. They were getting some burgers with Harold and Kumar.
Oh my god, Harold and Kumar go to White Base and it's just Harold and Kumar trying to fucking drive a Gundam high out of their fucking minds.
That would be awesome.
Holy shit.
Ah, damn
it. So White Base is on Earth. That they're at this point they're trying to find a hiding spot, and then a flare goes up, and they see an opening in an old sports arena. Did anybody else think that flare was that sports arena was a trap?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost immediately.
Nothing came about it.
Yeah, they didn't make any sense.
Well,
unless it did and they cut it out.
Or was that flare coming from Char for them to go in there, and then that was Char's way of saying, all right, he knows where they're at. He's going to send Garma in the wrong direction so that they can then kill him. Is that like it's all kind of convoluted?
But they also firebomb that thing. Like they carpet bomb that whole area, and that dome is like
that spot. Like they didn't do that spot though.
My point, back to like 10 minutes ago, because I wasn't ever actually finished my point.
Yeah, sorry. We got distracted.
Is that I think his dad got Char to kill his son as a reason to go to war.
Okay.
That would
Like
make sense.
I almost assumed it's implied, and they're going to reveal that later, and they just don't hide it very well.
Well,
But
I mean,
like
he
he
didn't
was
hide the fact that he
was
like,
betraying him anyway.
Yeah, because he was like, even when he was being buddy with Garma, Char was like very hostile, but it was like latent hostility.
Well, and then
Yeah.
at the party, he's on the other balcony listening to him and the princess lady making out and talking. It's just like, yeah, that's not weird at all. What are you doing, dude? Creeper? Well, that too, but
Before I forget, because I just thought there was a moment to prove how bad the animation was in this movie. Garma at one point, Garma has, so for those who didn't watch it, and I don't blame you, he has purple hair and he has like the emo swapped across, like side bangs across his face, right? So he's got that hairstyle, and he goes and puts his like it's covering up half of it, like half of his face to begin with, and then he goes and puts on his helmet, which is also the same shade of purple that his hair is. But I thought that there was like a visor piece that went like on his helmet that went over his face. And I was like, there's no fucking way the helmet's built like that. But they just like had poor animation and didn't really separate the helmet from his hair. Like, but he also doesn't move the hair from his face when he puts the helmet on.
well, no, he's got to have the trademark eye patch hair.
That's why, at first I thought he was missing an eye, and that's why his hair was always down like that.
No, because he also, there's also a lot of shots of him weirdly playing with his hair.
Yeah, a little twirling it around.
Yeah, it's super weird.
You just don't have long enough hair to understand, I guess.
I couldn't stand having my hair that long. Holy shit, that would drive me nuts.
So Char, is there something wrong with his face that he's always got that helmet on?
The helmet or the mask?
The mask.
I'll say he takes the helmet off at the times. I don't know, because he does take it off to reveal to his sister.
Yeah.
And I can't remember her name, but we do find out that it's his sister.
Roku?
And he takes it off when he showers.
Did he take it off when he showers, or did he have it on when he was showering?
No, he was off when he showers, because he comes out and when he's drying his hair, you see his eyes.
Oh, for some reason I thought he still had it on in the shower, but
that'd be hilarious. But no, he didn't have it on.
Because he's supposed to be Darth Vader, man.
Yeah, it's a design. It's a choice,
I guess.
Yeah, he just keeps it on because he's Darth Vader.
I consider him more of a Kylo Ren, because Vader had to have it on.
But Kylo Ren wasn't
chose to wear
it. But you got to base it only off the first movie.
Well, maybe they based Kylo Ren off of him, where they're like, "Oh, you can wear a helmet without really needing to."
Honestly, yeah, I could see that too. Minus the anger management issues.
Oh,
yeah. Also, so I got written down here that this would be toward the end of it, but Frau came to go fuck Amuro, and then he was not in his room because he was looking to go maybe do something with Matilda.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so what is the girl's name? Is
Frau
it
Rowe? Frau Rowe or something like that? It's Frau, Fraw.
Okay, because like I couldn't tell whether her name was Fraubo or Frabo or Faubo or because it changed so much on the subtitles. So like in my notes, I've got it written down as a couple different names because I wasn't sure which one was right. So, but there's a part where he's talking to her, and I can't remember what room they're in, but they're getting ready to leave, and he's like, "Okay, come on, Fraubo," and then he shuts the door behind him before she even walks out. Because
It's Frau Bow. Frau Fraw Bow BOW.
okay,
2 separate words.
gotcha. But he's like, all right, come on, let's go, Fraubo. And then he shuts the door behind him before she's even out of it. And I'm just like, you are the biggest shitlord.
He treats her like shit. And yet she still she's still his friend for whatever reason.
It's called conditioning. See, this was
You're
their
not
way
wrong.
of
Yeah,
making
I was
girls
gonna
think
say,
that's how boys like them.
Also, again, check the archives. Getting franchised. We've seen this trope before because we saw it in Devilman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they are going through the atmosphere, when they're worried about him burning up, and they literally say, okay, as we're going through the atmosphere, we're going to lose all communication with outside sources. And then she's like, why isn't he answering? We keep trying to get a hold of him. Why isn't he answering? What's going on? And it's just like, do you guys, like, the PA is just there for shits and giggles, or like what? Like,
they don't listen. They don't listen.
Yeah.
I do find it funny that his dad just disappears. I mean, we saw him go flying out of the ship when he first brought out the laser sword and destroyed the one Gundam. But like, nobody ever questions where he's at. He just disappears and no one ever looks for him. Ever.
Casualties of war, man. You don't have time to look for everybody.
They just stopped worrying about him, apparently.
I mean, the kid Amuro didn't worry about him either. He just didn't care.
Well, sure, but
he's like, what do I need a dad for? I've got a mech suit now.
A mech suit that just happened to be turned on when he jumped into it, which was weird.
They said something about that too. They're like, why is this one activated when all the rest of them are turned off? And it's like, oh, I don't know. Let's just load it up. It's that exposition shit.
That's fair.
Well, that was all my notes.
I've got one note here. Oh, well, back at the beginning there. When he is going to try and find his dad, and he's like, he runs into those 2 officers, and he's asking where his dad is, but like, the officer is like, all civilians are supposed to be in the shelter, and he's like, oh, I'm looking for my dad. He's this guy. And he's like, oh yeah, he's over there. Yeah, go check over there. It's like, no, you just told him to go in the shelter. What are you doing, dude?
That was before they realized that he was the protagonist,
right?
And then they're like, oh, my bad, dude. You didn't have the hair or anything, so we didn't know it was you.
My last note is, so this is after Amaru left his mom after that whole debacle and almost getting that whole village basically killed, which I think he's probably gonna get that village killed because he killed those people.
For sure.
Amaru's job is to check out the lone fighter that got away, but says he's not going to do it. And then he's like, oh, okay, fine. I guess I'm going to go do it. It's like, dude, what do you...
He's got the intentional, like, I can't do what they tell me to do until it's my idea.
It's below me. It's below me to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, but I guess he's right there. I should probably go do it. Dude, if you don't do it, you're literally disobeying orders. And then he does it, and then he finds a whole freaking like army sitting there. Where do you think?
Which they told him that the army was there, that base was there. Hey, can you go hide your ship because there's a base over there
just around the corner. They can see that.
They literally can see you.
The kid doesn't fucking pay attention ever.
No, he's
doesn't listen to anybody.
He's a little pain in the ass shit, is what he is.
Yeah,
so fucking annoying,
dude. I almost threw up in my mouth. That was for Jordan, but he didn't hear it.
That's not good.
No, that was weird.
But yeah, that's really all I got.
There's not actually a character in this movie that I liked.
I'm hoping that the
I
next
liked-
two will
I liked
redeem us.
I liked the guy who drove the gun tank.
Okay, that's fair. That guy was actually
Yeah.
pretty decent, but they didn't give him enough like anything to make him a character other than
Yeah,
I'm gonna shoot
is.
things. Hey guys,
Yeah, well, I mean, he
out.
was the guy who went and shot stuff, but also like he seems like he's on the verge of being the only guy still holding all of this shit together. Like that was the vibe I got. I was just like, listen, we're fucking falling apart. We got a kid flying a prototype fucking super weapon. My job is to drive this tank thing out of this hangar, drop it 1,000 feet, and just start fucking blasting. I was just like, yeah, buddy, I got you. I feel you. Whatever, man. I'm with you. I'm sorry, dude.
Ryu, I think his name is.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
The other guy though, that's in the orange suit. So that orange suit's also pretty iconic. I definitely have seen a model kit of that because I always think the model kits are cool. But I do like miniature painting, and so I just don't. The model kits don't do anything for me because you just build them, and building is like or you do the enamel lining where you like drop like enamel paint down into like the
grooves.
the grooves and stuff to make it look cooler, which it does. It objectively does. And some people will repaint the whole thing, or they'll do like battle damage versions, which are really cool. But like building is like my least favorite part of this hobby. Like I hate building stuff. So like, which is weird because I think I build more than I paint now. So I'm thinking about it. But anyway, regardless, which is not a word.
That's right. It's disregardless is the word.
Well, technically, so like regardless and irregardless mean the same thing. And I listened to Danny, and Tim argue about this for 45 minutes one time. And then everyone just agreed that we all would just use unregardless, which just pissed Dan off because it's not a word.
Okay.
So, but yeah, what was my whole point? Oh, that guy was fucking annoying. The dude who was like kind of the klutz and kind of a douche the whole
Like the
time.
guy at the beginning that had like the briefcase or whatever.
Yeah, and he like ran past everybody and then got in the elevator and then was like, "Is anybody going down with me?" And then he like holds the elevator and then that lady comes over and punches him in the head.
Slaps him because it's on the slap count. Yeah, because he's a complete dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
kind of
also
matches up with the rest
doesn't know how to pilot the I don't know what that was. Gun
cannon is what
gun cannon. That's what it was. Right.
Yeah.
Which had the
Ryu
had the head guns and the shoulder blasters, and it was orange and had feet, but could barely walk.
Yeah, because it was. I mean, it was kind of a tank. While the gun tank, which is what Ryu drove, was a tank. He was a gun cannon, which was kind of a tank. It just moved that slow. And then Gundam or Gundam was Gundam.
Gundam.
The tank wasn't even like an official thing. It was like a Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I think they said. Yeah, they're like they took two defected suits and they just figured out how to put it all together. And then I forget what they said. Maybe the orange one was like just an out of date suit or something like that compared to what they were using.
It makes sense because I know the other guys kept on thinking that whenever Gundam would do anything, it's like, well, no Gundam is able to do that. What the heck? Because they're probably used to the old suits, which would be the gun cannons.
Which was like kind of funny that their whole argument is, oh, suits can't do that. Like they can't move that well, and they can't fly. That was like the other one,
right?
Which was like I was super confused about, but then I had to remember because I was like, wait a minute, everybody fucking flies. But I forgot that like this is the first one. But I was confused because when they had the space battle. They were all flying.
But they're in space, so
right. I guess the difference is like they weren't on Earth where there was gravity. So but they should have known the thing had thrusters.
Right.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
And really, because he wasn't really flying, he was just jumping and not coming down immediately.
Right.
Because toward the end, when he was flying, it was literally him jumping
And having to
with a
wait for
slow
the thing
descent.
to recharge to then jump again.
Right.
Yeah. And then he had to read the manual to remember how to like reset it or whatever, and then hit 3 buttons, and that just worked.
Because he's a dumbass. Okay. So yeah. That brings us to our kill count, which I got 54. I might have missed a couple, if I'm being honest, but 54 sounds good-ish.
Sounds less than Batman.
It definitely sounds less than Batman.
And a whole ass war.
Well, yeah. But
now my question is, do we know that they actually were you just counting the suits exploding? Like, do we actually know they died?
So there was like the one time when he uses the laser sword at first, I counted that as a death, but the guy did survive. Slender, I think the guy's name was. He survives that, but then he dies later. But that still counted. I have no fucking idea. But I still counted the death because that's when Amaru's dad and the other guy get sucked out into the space. And there's no way in hell, unless they somehow survived it and they're going to show up in the next movie.
I mean, Batman did it, but okay.
So did Princess Leia, but she didn't have a suit.
Batman did it because he had his special Batman underoos that turned into a bat spacesuit that made into a bat parachute with bat gliders and Princess Leia.
No, Joe, you have to sit there and listen because it kind of ruined the fucking end of that story, and you know it.
No, I read that story. I read that book. I know it's not logical, okay? I read those issues. It makes no goddamn sense. And yet, he did it, okay? I know.
He had enough time to plan for it, so he survived anything.
He did. That's a fucked up thing. Anyway, so yeah, 54. Probably missed a couple.
That's not my favorite version of Batman. I just want to say
it's a weird.
What's our?
There's a slap count of 7.
Damn.
Yeah, 7 slaps. Like I said, after the second one, which was the one against
dismemberments?
The Kai. No dismemberments.
Okay.
Which was interesting. I'm hoping we get that change in the next one. We'll see.
I have come to the realization that I really do hate Batman when he has to team up with actual gods. I don't like that version of Batman. I like Batman when he just stays in Gotham and has to fight his own rooms.
It makes more sense. Like, you're literally teaming up with Superman and Wonder Woman, who are some of the most powerful beings on the planet, and you're just somebody who has tech.
Yeah.
That's so true. He's got a lot of money, too.
Yeah, because of... Okay.
See, what happens is he funds all their stuff. Like, the little Justice League satellite thing. He's like, that's mine. So if you guys want to use it, you have to let me play basketball.
Yeah, but again,
my ball.
Superman and Wonder Woman don't actually need it. It's the rest of them that want it.
That's fair.
Anyway.
Remember in the animated series, Superman always wore a spacesuit in space?
That was long distance traveling when he couldn't hold his breath for that one.
Thank you. I was yeah. They actually did have a reason for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because wouldn't
he be more powerful though? Because he'd be closer to the sun.
Sure, but that doesn't mean that he'd have more oxygen in his lungs. He's not like a Viltrumite where they can hold their breath for 2 weeks or whatever, unless the plot needs you to choke out in an episode, in which case, they will have that happen. But
true.
Okay.
Have you watched?
Bingo.
Oh yeah. I have not watched the new season.
All right, I won't spoil anything for you.
I don't even know if I finished the last season. The last thing I remember was Alan coming back.
I think that's the first season.
No. So I watched that. I watched the first and the second. I feel like I started. There's 4, right? There's 4 seasons. I feel like I started the third. I just don't remember it.
Okay. Third season is when Alan meets up with Nolan.
Omni-Man.
He's Nolan at that point.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's like what I came in right when they met back up because they were like telepathically talking to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think I got like 1 or 2 episodes in.
Okay.
I gotta go back. I got a lot of shit to watch, man. I have no time. I worked 90 fucking something hours this week, Joe. I got no time to watch anything.
That's understandable. You can go listen to Walk Through the Multiverse where I talk about this stuff.
It's
But then it's like because then it feels like a
Spoil it for
spoiler.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a spoiler for me. I want
So,
you to
anyways,
know
the
it.
bingo. We had
what?
we had dead parrots, government interference, unexplainable science, hero kills, ID revealed to friend because they find out that he's the one in the Gundam suit.
True.
Sure.
Implied nudity, misogyny, and because of Chuck's Gundam references, product placement.
Yeah. They gotta sell those model kits, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, for not a Muppet.
What about Metric?
Oh yeah, Matrix Metrics. Wow,
Oh, the Gundam,
wow.
the Gundam gauge. 1 out of
Gundam.
3. 1 out of 4. Like this does not like. It's weird because we have seen Japanese animation from this era that looks like on par with like the stuff of today.
Right.
Like still looks good. This looked like shit.
Akira was what? 85?
Yeah. 89. I mean, fuck, man. We watched Devilman Birth, and that was like
Right,
the same era.
That was 79 or something like that. So
And that
Akira was 88. So like
looked
that's
just
a
as
couple
good.
years after this.
Yeah, like no fucking way, man. Anyway, yeah, it looked real bad. Yeah, 1 out of 3 minimum. Minimum 1 out of 3. Not a Muppet?
I mean, Amuro, so that way he could stop whining about killing people.
See, I disagree. I think that Amuro should be a Muppet inside the suit because that would be even funnier. And the only person that isn't a Muppet is Frau Brow.
Okay.
Because I don't know.
So she can go.
No,
Have the
I got
hostile
my
Muppet?
I got my man Ryu because that means that everything else around him is even worse than he thinks it is because he has to fight. He has to fight the savior for the Federation is a fucking Muppet kid inside of a Muppet Gundam, but Ryu and the tank and the gun tank is not a Muppet, and then everything else is.
Or everybody has a hand and the Gundam suits are actually the Muppets.
Ooh. That could be fun.
That would be kind of fun, actually. All right. Chuck, out of 10, what you got for this movie?
All right, is this a Gundam movie? Yeah, by definition, I believe it is a Gundam movie. Look, I get it. This means something to somebody. You know what I mean? Like, and we cannot deny its cultural impact on the world to this day. Gundam, they're still making Gundam series. Gundam GXQQQQQ, whatever, fucking just came out.
There's one that came out within the last couple of years on either Prime or Netflix that looks interesting. It's only like a 12 episode series.
Yeah, that's the one that has like 6 Q's in the name.
Is
for
that
some
the one?
reason.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
It looks interesting as fuck, and I'm like, okay, I might actually check that out.
I would argue that there is a Gundam for every generation at this point. Like
Right.
ours was Gundam Wing, G Gundam. The generation after us, like that Gen, that would be like the Gen Z generation, had like Seed. I think it was called a Gundam Seed.
That sounds roughly
Yeah,
right.
and like that's like their Gundam, and they like loved that, and that was really a low point, I believe, in the series. Not a lot of people talk about how great that is, but I see a lot. I say that because I see a lot of figures of those stuff, and it just kind of sits on the shelves still. But again, this is like something for somebody, but this is not the series to watch to get into it, unless you start at maybe like a super young age. But even then, I don't know, man. The story, if you're telling me this is like him trying to process and write the things that he was seeing when it was happening, you could also tell that this is written by a kid. You know what I mean? Like this was written by a kid for a kid. And I don't know, man. It just doesn't. I went into it with high expectations of like maybe this is it. Maybe this will be the thing. I've really been enjoying a lot of these old animes, and I think this is going to be the thing that maybe gets me to like Gundam.
And then
You
it
know?
punched you in the dick instead.
Yeah, I already bought the Gundam Assemble miniature game that comes out in September. I pre-ordered it because they have a Gundam from G Gundam in it. So I was like, oh, sweet. Like I can at least play that one. I think you know what? The Space Nazi suits, I kind of still think were dope. I think those are kind of like an interesting design and they're cool and they're different. But
So they kept calling him the red suit, but that thing looked pink, right?
yeah, it was absolutely pink.
Okay.
It was absolutely pink. Yep, it was absolutely pink.
Pinks are red.
It's like a mauve.
Okay,
So the
donut.
actual
Light red.
Yeah.
The actual
Pixie
model, like the Gunpla model, is like a mauve.
Huh.
It's like it's weird. It's like a very dull kind of red pinkish color. Anyway, did I like this? No. Am I excited that I have 2 more of these to sit through? No. Am I gonna go watch G Gundam now? Probably to cleanse my palate. But I didn't hate it. I was just bored. I was bored the whole time. 5.001. It was perfectly in the middle. Some of the action scenes were cool. I still do like the design of the suit. I hate the tank, but funny enough, I hate the tank. I hate the fucking look of that thing.
But
It looks
you like
so
Ryu.
stupid.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I like
Like,
Ryu.
it's-
I like the concept of it. I just wish either it was fully a tank or it was fully a mobile suit.
Or they made it more mobile because it's a tank and like gave it a little bit more
Honestly, you know what I wish they did? Just turned the Gundam facing the other way.
Yeah.
Like the tracks to the Gundam doesn't look right, but if they had turned the body so the bigger part of the tracks were in the front,
yeah,
it would have made a lot more sense. But
that's fair.
Ronald,
I did not like this. This is not my thing. Gundam, like I've never really had an interest in Gundam. And when we were getting ready to, when Joey said this, I was like, oh, like Chuck said, maybe this will be cool. Maybe this will be something interesting. Maybe, I'll like, oh, all right, cool. We Gundam's kind of neat. No, I've said it already, but the fight scenes, the action scenes are also boring. And that's really disappointing. But it's like they're like, okay, we're going to spend, all of our budget drawing these people doing boring shit like sitting on the bridge of the ship arguing, even though their arguing doesn't mean anything because everything that's going to happen is going to happen. And then we had to cut back on the budget of the action shots because we needed to use the same shot 6 different times in the movie. Mm-hmm. And like he is a terrible shot. Even with the suit locking in on things, he sucks. For this suit being state of the art, the other ones sure do pull it over on him almost every fucking fight. And he's not a believable pilot. Like I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it at all.
He just read the manual, so he's still figuring it out.
Right? But that's the thing. He just read the manual but knows how to work it, but then doesn't know how to work it because he only read, the first 6 pages, but the first 6 pages
he knows how to start it up.
Yeah.
And move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I gave this a 1.299.
Ouch.
Because I kind of thought it was garbage. I'm hoping the other 2 get better, or that there's like some kind of like revelation in the characters that makes the characters more interesting, or the action gets a little bit better. But we shall see. Joey?
I'm of the impression that the last fight scene for this is like that's where their budget goes into. Yeah. So
I guess we'll see in 2 movies.
See in 2 months. So I'm going to couch this out as saying I'm very optimistic that the next 2 are going to be better, and if they are, I may retroactively come back and change this score. Maybe. We'll see. That being said, though, I enjoyed this movie to a point. My problems with it was the lack of information that we were getting. Like I was saying, you had Amuro at a point, or Amuro, sorry, at a point where he was like Mr. Know-It-All, and then in the next scene, he is sitting at a spot of like, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't do this. His mood swings and the shift in personality with no explanation was very annoying. And it did it multiple times throughout the movie. And it felt like there was something missing because it was adapted from the anime, and you're getting stuff like you're missing out on things from the anime that probably explained why he's feeling this way. And not just him, the scenes with like Garma at the party and the one girl, the scenes with Char and some of his explanations on why he's doing the shit he's doing. Like, I feel like there are stuff that they dropped from the anime just so that they could put it all this movie into the 2 hours and 19 minutes that they got. They took the 13 or 14 episodes of the first 43 episodes and made it into this 2-hour movie. And they're like, all right, we need the important parts, which I guess means they had a lot of exposition and not a lot of fighting. So I'm hoping that the next two is going to have a lot more action with some of the important exposition tied in there. But, who knows? We'll see. And because we are in a new 100 episodes, you guys might get a kick out of this. I'm giving this a 4.813. One more decimal point, Chuck, just for you.
Every 100 movies we had a decimal point.
Exactly.
Gotta add a decimal point. All right.
So this gets a combined score of 3.704, which drops it in at number 160 out of 201 movies, just behind Fantastic Four from 2015 at a 3.72, and just above Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, at a 3.63.
Huh. Yeah, I think I hated the Street Fighter movie as much as I hated this.
Honestly, yeah,
Yeah, it might have been close.
It's...
Man,
yeah.
what is with these, like, 80s animes? They are either, like, absolutely off the chain,
Well, the Street
or
Fighter
they
was
are
from the
dog
90s.
shit.
Yeah, it was 90.
Was that 90?
Yeah.
Because it was just after the Street Fighter movie.
Yeah.
It was like a year after the Street Fighter movie.
Yeah, I guess you're right. There should have been a Street Fighter 1 to explain anything that was happening in Street Fighter 2, but...
You're not wrong.
Anyway, hey, guess what? I'm about to plug you up. Here we go. You ready? Hey, you know where you can find me? The last Sunday of every month. Right here. If you're listening to the main feed, or if you're listening to, of course, the Comic Rundown feed, or the Rundown Review feed, head over to the Comic Rundown feed. We do a little show we like to call Getting Franchised, the latest and greatest media franchises, where we probably talked about Santo. I've explained Santo. He's the John Cena of Mexican Lucha Libre, and it's Scooby-Doo meets Supernatural, and Ron came on, and one of us liked it, and the other two made fun of that one guy for liking it for a good amount of time. After that, we watch... What the hell did we watch?
That would be the King of Kong and the Fistful of Quarters.
Oh shit! We got some watching to do. Yeah. Okay. All right.
We'll get it. We'll talk about that. But yeah, that's what we got.
Right. Oh shit! I think we're supposed to watch this this week. Oh fuck! All right. King of Kong.
We'll talk about that one off mic. That will be coming out in
2
at the end of this month.
At the end of this month, it will be King of Kong Fistful of Quarters, the documentary series following Walter Day and Ted. No, Bill. Oh fuck, I'll never remember.
Bill and Ted.
No,
Next
well,
Olympics.
okay, hold on. Walter Day is the referee for all of it, because he's like a side character. But it's Bill something, and I forget the other guy. They are competing to get the Guinness Book of World Records and the arcade record for the highest score ever on Donkey Kong. It is a fantastic documentary. I highly recommend checking it out if you've never seen it. And then, of course, you can watch the follow-up / kind of number 2, kind of a spinoff called Walter Day, Love, Music, and Arcades or something. I forget the titles. I apologize. But it is a follow-up where it follows more of just specifically Walter Day in his life and kind of like what the arcade meant to everybody. It's a really interesting documentary. I'm glad that they finally got the sequel out and all that stuff. And I really wanted Joey to watch it because, again, King of Kong Fistful of Quarters is one of my favorite documentaries of all time. And I highly recommend checking that out. Of course, if you want to check out anything here at the Comic Book Rundown Collective every Monday and Thursday, there's Kamen Rider Chronicles, which we already talked about, where Joey's reviewing Kamen Rider Zetsu and Kamen Rider Ichigo. You can listen to Joey talk about it because, hey, maybe you want to get into Kamen Rider, but once again, they are only subtitled, they are not dubbed, and it's hard to just sit there and read a little screen if you're watching it on your phone, trying to understand what happens. So listen to Joey in-depth explain every episode and what's going on and what he loves. And of course, you can also hear every other Saturday the trade paper, the bag and boarded episodes of Comic Book Rewind, where they are going through all the Comic Book Rundown episodes. Joey's putting them all together in one condensed, sometimes mega issue episodes where they're super long, so Joey can put in extra commercials if he wants. Listen, you read ads in comics, you're going to listen to the ads in our shows. Of course, that man, right? That beautiful, look at this beautiful man right here. Ronald, go follow him at Good at This Game, and you can go see his cosplay that he did for PopCon with him and Elfie. Bravo to both of you. Phenomenal job. About a month ago at the time of release.
They were complimented literally everywhere they went. It was awesome.
It was fucking phenomenal. Also, fuck you, HBO Max. You put Mummy and Mummy Returns up for a month? Oh, you fucking dicks. Anyway, go check out Ron Good at This Game. Go check out his art at Good Art This Game. And if you want to own any of Ron's art, specifically on your body, you can get on a t-shirt. Link to our TeePublic store in the descriptions below. If I've made a joke, Ron's made a shirt about it at this point. So we love to see it. Of course, if you would like to send us any emails, any questions, comments, or concerns, email us at what's the Games Workshop? What? At Comic Book Rundown. Not them. Don't fucking email them. They don't fucking respond anyway. Email us at comicbookrundown@gmail.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, hit the hype button. It gets us out to more ears and eyes faster. And of course, make sure you are following us and turning notifications on so you know when we drop a new episode. Recommendations this week, boys. Ronald, got any?
You know what? I would recommend getting underneath your cabinet or in your closet or whatever, getting out your old games, figuring out which ones of these motherfuckers you haven't beat yet, and beat. Because I don't know about you guys, but the backlog is getting quite beefy lately. And since new games are expensive, I'm saying go ahead and whip out those old games, whip out the old systems, blow the dust out of them like they're,
Not only that, but you legally don't even own your own games now, buddy.
Exactly.
Or movies.
Yeah.
Oh, I still own my movies. They're all hard copied right here.
Well, yeah.
Well, just so you know, PS5 released a whole document thing saying if you haven't turned on your PS5 and updated your shit in 30 days from the last time you did it, you lose the license to your game and you have to re-download it.
Update just the game or just update PS5 in general?
Both. If you just haven't turned on your PS5.
Okay, because I turn my, I mean, I use my PS5 to watch stuff all the time.
Yeah, well, as long as the patches and the
either.
updates, as long as the patches and the updates auto download in the background,
okay,
that is fine. But the idea is that they don't want you to not patch your games, so they make it so you can't, like, you lose the license and then you have to re-download it. A lot of people got super bullshit because they thought they were just losing their games if they didn't play them for 30 days, but that's not the case. People need to just read a little bit better. But legally speaking, so for instance, you can't go offline with a game because it just won't work or something, I guess.
Oh, fantastic.
But, yeah. So anyway, physical media isn't real anymore anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Or the alternate of that, physical media is the only way to go now, so they can't take the shit away from you after you fucking pay for it.
I would say physical media is actually coming back because everything is going back to physical media.
Video games still require you to download. So any new games that you buy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't. That's don't. That's why I said
to go back and play the old ones.
Right. That's what, I'm just backing what you said. Go ahead, Ronald.
Yeah.
Or Joey.
I would recommend watching any anime that's better than what we just watched.
Yeah, you know what? Go watch.
I'll fine, but
go watch Gundam Wing. Go watch Gundam Wing. Gundam Wing is the single greatest series ever written.
Gundam LGBTQ plus TR.
Yeah.
What did you say it was, Chuck?
It's like, it is legitimately like GXQQQQQQQQ.
Is it because they're all crying like little bitches? The QQ.
I have no idea, but there's a bunch of fucking Q's in it for some fucking reason. So.
No, I know that. So I'm a big Ronin Warriors fan. I've gotten finally got all of the DVDs. I mean, I know Ronin Warriors is on Prime, so I can watch it there anytime. I think it's also on Tubi. I can watch it there anytime. But I've gotten all the DVDs, original DVDs, so I can watch it literally anytime I want now. But I also know that they came out with a new series, like a sequel series to that this year, beginning of the year, but it's only on Crunchyroll, and I don't have Crunchyroll. So I'm waiting until that eventually comes out on Blu-ray or DVD. I'm going to buy it. So
you could ask our number one fan for his Crunchyroll. I'm sure he'd give it to you.
Yeah, I had it at one point, and then apparently he stopped having it or something. So, because he gave it to me at one point in time and gave me the password, and then it didn't work. So I have whatever.
I have a Crunchyroll, but I have it through Amazon.
Yeah,
I don't have an actual account. I just have access to it through Prime. It's fucking weird.
I'm sure if I really wanted to, I could find it.
Yeah,
somewhere. I'm not that worried about it at the moment.
The creator of Ultimate Muscle and Geek, whatever it is, hates streaming services so much that he won't put like Ultimate Muscle and stuff up on streaming services.
Good for him. Go put it on.
He only will release really expensive DVDs of it. Apparently,
well, that's not great, but at the same time, at least it gets him money. So
yeah, he doesn't care. He's got muscle money. He doesn't give a shit. Yeah. Those things still sell. He got those in gacha machines, and now it's just like he doesn't fucking care.
Nice.
So, yeah.
What about you, Chuck? What do you recommend?
My recommendation this week, I'm gonna actually piggyback a little off Ron here. Go play all the old stuff that you love. My recommendation is go play the games that companies have let be completed, I believe is the term. Instead of dying, like a dead game, there is literally a community on the internet for every game that you've ever played when you were younger. I highly recommend trying to find those communities, whether it's through Facebook or wherever else, because there are still people, not only are they loving the game that they made, they are still making content for it. And community-driven games are objectively better because there's a better balance for it. So for me, this summer, I'm getting to play the old 90s Games Workshop game Gorka Morka, which takes place on the Orc planet, and it is essentially a Mad Max, but it's just orcs, and you drive vehicles and try to kill each other. It is fucking awesome. And what's really cool about it is the community has updated the rules, so it incorporates all of the new models that have come out since the game died. So it is really fucking cool. You don't have to play the game that is newest. You can go play the version of the game that you love. My other recommendation is, if you never played it, Shadows over Camelot. I found my board game of it down in the basement this weekend when I was cleaning out my basement, and holy shit, I forgot how much fun that game is. It's a board game where you are knights of the round table, like King Arthur and Knights of the Round Table, and it is literally just fucking crisis management. Everything around you is going fucking horrible, and you are just trying to stop the siege from happening, and it's awesome. I highly recommend checking it out if you can still find copies of it. Shadows over Camelot, it's called.
Welcome to the 20s in
Yep, pretty much.
the United States.
Yep, yeah, it's pretty awesome. But you do get to go questing for Excalibur.
Fun.
That's pretty cool. And there's one person who's a traitor. You don't know who it is. Somebody's a traitor amongst the knights, and then you get to go traitor. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, reminds me of my good old high school gaming club days. Joey, what's our next movie?
So we are going to be watching next. We're going to be finishing out a series before the reboot. We're watching Citizen Toxie, the Toxic Avenger from 2000. Toxic Avenger 4 from 2000.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch 3 rough movies. No, actually,
Yeah.
I'm excited about the 2 documentaries.
Documentary should be fun. At least one of them. I do like documentaries, so the second one should be okay too. This one's gonna be interesting.
You definitely have to watch.
thrilled.
You dedefinitely have to watch Fistful of Quarters before you watch Walter Day. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be fine.
I'm sure I'll be fine. It'll be great.
Fine.
I'm not worried about it. So it's gonna be
all right, bye,
good.
y'all.
Wow.